Wednesday's assassination captured the nation's attention not only because of Kirk's influence in conservative circles, but also because of the questions it's raised about escalating political violence.
But a longtime watcher of politics tells TV5's James Felton Wednesday's assassination may be the shock that eventually tempers political extremes.
The reaction we've seen to the most recent shooting seems so strong. And I'm seeing more office holders, really in both parties, calling for some sense of moderation. I mean, clearly there's anger on both sides, and that's going to continue for a while. But you do get the feeling that maybe we've kind of burned out with all the assassination attempts and the other forms of violence we've seen in the last couple of years.
Paul Rosicki thinks there may be hope for better political discourse in our country in the aftermath of the Charlie Kirk assassination. Elected officials from both sides of the aisle have called for an end to the political violence. Rosicki, who is a retired professor of political science at Mott Community College, says we've been here before.
Back in the 1960s, we saw a lot of this with Vietnam and civil rights and urban disturbances and so forth. But in the end, they did kind of burn themselves out, and we got to a quieter time.
Rosicki says ultimately the voters will decide if they want candidates to change their campaign tactics.
The real risk, I think, is will that moderation get you reelected? The danger we have is that so often, if you are the angriest voice in the room, you get more attention, and you're more likely to be elected or reelected. So that's the real risk. But yeah, I think the voices are out there. I think it's, in the final analysis, it's going to be up to the voters to turn out for those who are maybe a little less exciting, maybe a little less angry than those who get the most attention.
James Felton, WNEM, TV5.
Earlier today, Utah Governor Spencer Cox made a plea for young people to bridge their differences through common ground rather than violence. He said, quote, "This is our moment. Do we escalate or do we find an off-ramp? It's a choice."